on, everybody? It's Dylan, it's Mitch, it's Kev. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, July 24th edition. I don't know what to say. I don't think – did anything happen on the show? Can anybody explain to me if anything actually happened on the show?
Yes.
More than 2 segments?
The debut of Kurt Angle's Black Son.
My Black Son. My Black Son.
Jason Angle.
Jason Angle. I'm glad they're not building him as Jason Angle, though. That's a good thing. So, yeah, we had this 3-hour show. Every single.
To be fair, most of it had this sound.
No sound at all, exactly.
No sound at all?
Can you hear it now? There we go. It's a little snoring there.
I can't hear it, Kev.
What the hell? What's wrong with
Yeah,
that
I think
thing?
you're losing your marbles just like Vince McMahon. I think you've been hanging out with Vinnie Mac too much there.
Okay, I have to fix this somehow. But it was a brilliant sound. Man, my material's like brilliant and nobody can hear it. It's too bad.
It's like some kind of
That's like every WWE writer in the company right now.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yes. The Great Khali. Brilliant. Actually, that was brilliant. But yeah, this show was
Ali Chop.
I don't even know what to call the show.
I have so many complaints about that. The entire plot hole of that is they introduced them as like brother-in-laws. They're no longer brother-in-laws? What happened?
They're brother-in-laws, bro. I don't know. This whole show was full of nerds, as we're going to get into.
Something that happened there.
Yeah. Oh, it was so
a match. Yeah.
So thrilling. I wanted, it was like my 18th birthday. Like, that was the present they gave me, was that match. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. Appreciate it so much.
Is it today? No, it's not today.
No, I'm saying it's an early birthday present.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, you didn't even say anything.
No, because the next one will be after. So, yeah, my birthday's Thursday, everybody. So,
is it the 18th birthday?
18th birthday.
Wink, wink. Dylan's birthday Thursday. Wink, wink. In case you didn't get that from Dylan before.
Wait, that very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all donations go to Dylan today?
Yes. All right. Let's bring that up. Okay, guys. If you want to donate to the channel, as we had some very nice people do last week, in the chat you can go to the big $sign button. It says Super Chat. You press on that. You can donate to the channel to help us continue to do these live chats that we love doing and that you guys like watching. So support us that way. Also, like the video. Subscribe if you're new for wrestling content. Let's get into this review, Dilly.
Let's go. Let's actually get into some comments real quick. We want to hear some background from everybody. I want to hear what they got to say. Katana always gets in here a little bit before we start and gets his thoughts in there. He says it was a somewhat good show, much better than the complete garbage we got last week. Show structure was bad as usual. I'm pissed they are having a triple threat match for absolutely no reason next week. Can we build up the Fatal 4-Way a more creative way than just having matches and multi-man matches between the contenders? In the realm of WWE in 2017, the answer is no. I wish they could, but they can't. TMB brings up the fact that this is something me and Mitch talked about all night in the comments or in the DMs. Pissed about Renee taking time away from Charlie Caruso.
This was one of the most retweeted comments of my night tonight. Everybody was mad about Charlie Caruso.
I was like, whoa, why is Renee Young in like 5 seconds?
Hey, everybody tweet hashtag more Charlie.
More Charlie Caruso, damn it. I was pissed about that.
Come on, Renee has had her talking smack taken away here.
So does that mean she has to be on Raw? Like, what is the purpose of having 2 of the same people in the same role on the same show?
And that's just taking time away from Charlie Caruso.
Well, yeah. I think one should be on Raw and one should be on SmackDown.
Exactly.
She's a very talented person that should be on the air.
Renee's good. You know Charlie, though.
I think Renee is a better performer than Charlie.
I would go with Charlie.
We're not saying like that Renee's young or Renee Young is bad.
Renee's good. I like Renee, but I'm personally a fan of Charlie.
I like both. I'm gonna go with Mitch on this one. I'm a Charlie guy. I'm just saying she doesn't. I'm not saying Renee Young doesn't deserve TV time. She just should be on SmackDown. That's how it should go. Katana said, "I will say though."
Okay, wait. Can we stop here? Notice how we're talking about the female interviewers instead of the actual show.
because the show was ass. Like the last hour was straight butt cheeks. Like I could not get into at all. I was editing or I was uploading my Big Brother podcast, which you should check out, WWE The Shield. And then I was like, just screw the show. I can't stand the rest.
And Arian wants to mention that you are on your game tonight, Dylan, because you are reading the comments.
There you go. I started off with those comments. Got to read it. Let's see here. Katana says, I will say, though, I did enjoy the opening segment. I just wish that it would have been the main event. We would build it throughout the show. Exactly. Katana's walking with Elias as well. Arian says that the show sucked. Destroyer says, hey, Mitch. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Kev. What's up, Destroyer? I've been talking to the last couple. Going on. A couple of happy birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Arian calls me a fake hip-hop fan. One more time, I'm going to block you on Twitter. WWE Boy. What's up, my G's, Mitch and Dylan? What's up, bro? Sorry you didn't get the shout
Sorry,
out.
Kev.
Sorry, Kev. But I appreciate everybody with the comments. Katana can't donate this week, but probably next week.
Hey man, we appreciate it.
And finally,
Echo.
from Sid Henry, he says, "I think Jason Jordan will get over big eventually."
Echo.
Echo. Bimo.
I think it's you, Dylan.
Am I better?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
There we go. Woo! All right, let's get into the show. So Kurt Angle starts off the show. He's gonna talk to the world about the situation with Jason Jordan. They've been catching up the last couple of weeks. He's gonna give Jason Jordan an opportunity tonight. What opportunity that was, we don't know. But he's gonna announce the #1 contender for Brock Lesnar's Universal Championship at Summerslam, and he's about to announce it, and then all of a sudden we hear, roar, it's Braun Strowman. He comes out. I really liked what Braun Strowman was putting on the mic tonight. He stares Angle down for a minute, and he says the next words better be Braun Strowman, because unlike Roman and Joe, he won his match at Great Balls of Fire, and the fact he does not fear Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar will fear him. So they keep going back. He wants to be the next Universal Champion. Samoa Joe comes out. He says he'll make it simple for both of them. He and Braun haven't really crossed paths, so he'll explain who he is, because also the crowd doesn't know who he is. His name is Samoa Joe. He's the man that turned the beast and came within seconds of putting him to sleep.
Is that his new gimmick? He just says his name?
Yeah, he just shouts it out. He's Joey Samoa. That's his name. Angle stops the fight between Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe. But then comes Roman Reigns, of course, the third person. He says it's funny because he's trying to figure out what these two guys have done in the company. Because Roman Reigns, he's a Royal Rumble winner. He's a 3-time WWE champion. He retired The Undertaker, man. He's main evented 3 WrestleManias. Now he's trying to figure out what these two deserve to be #1 contender for. And then we're starting to get into a little commotion. And Kurt Angle's like, you know what? I changed my mind. Whatever match I just had in my mind, I changed it. Now it's going to be Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman in a fatal 4-way match for the Universal Championship. So it's, of course, exactly what we thought was going to happen. But we did have a good beatdown. Joe and Reigns beat up Strowman first. And then when they get done with him, Joe beats up Reigns. And then everybody's trying to stop Strowman. They had to get security. The security throwing over the top rope was hilarious. These guys keep going back and forth. And then finally, everybody's restored with Strowman looking up on top. What did you guys think about the segment? We'll start with Kev first.
I'll start with the good. I think the show is always better when Braun Strowman is on it. I know that he's still, pardon the pun, raw in a lot of ways in terms of his delivery, in terms of his athleticism. But the rawness is just so good at this point that once it's refined, it's going to be phenomenal. And I was thinking today, one of the things that I thought about today is I can't wait till they put him in movies. Once he becomes,
I tweeted this.
I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry.
Kev, you didn't see my tweet? I put it in the DM.
Oh, I
said Braun Strowman should be the next Bane.
Ooh,
that'd be dope.
That would be interesting. So I liked that part of it. I did. Here's my problem, and it was overall a good segment. I mean, that was, the pull apart is just. I didn't think the pull apart here was necessary. It tried to add the intensity, and it just didn't need it. Here's my problem. Here's my suggestion. WWE. You have a guy named Paul someone. He comes on this show every once in a while, and he's a good talker.
The Fat Walrus.
Yeah, he could have. Could you not have maybe brought him in and built a story around who should be the #1 contender? Why should it be Roman? Why should it be Samoa? Why should it be Braun? Make a case and build a story. Instead, this is all we got: are Braun, Roman, and Samoa Joe tonight, and then we're having a 3-way next week.
Kev, can I stop you there?
I just don't understand. Why is one of your main characters of your show, the reason people watch, only on for 15 minutes?
That's just every week. I sit here every week in this chair in front of this Hogan autograph, in front of this Orton autograph, and I sit here and I say, why is Brock Lesnar only on a show for 10 minutes or less? Why is Roman Reigns only on the show for 10 minutes?
This is your title match.
Why is Roman only on the show for 10 minutes? And they're on the show at the beginning, Kev, and we never, ever, ever see him again. What's the point of staying tuned for 3 hours?
Yeah.
What's the point of watching? What's a movie I've seen recently? What's the point of watching Planet of the Apes if Caesar is only in 5 minutes of the movie at the start?
I'm just sitting here eating chips.
Okay.
Because this gets repetitive a lot.
No, it does. It does. And I want to add some points because I don't think there is a story here. There's no story, first off, obviously. Okay, let's get past that. But the second part is there's no story because the #1 contender should be obvious. It's Braun Strowman. It shouldn't be a fatal 4-way. It's Braun Strowman. The only guy that actually won his match, the only guy that actually deserves to be the #1 contender. Roman Reigns deserves to be a #1 contender because he almost killed someone. Samoa Joe deserves to be a #1 contender because he almost won. What? It's Braun Strowman. That's the #1 contender. It should be Lesnar versus Strowman. End of story.
Yeah, can I add to this, though, too? Because I think that you're making a really important point.
Go ahead.
Because what they're trying to do here, and it's clear what they're trying to do, the belt, Lesnar's losing the belt at SummerSlam. I think that this is
Roman. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, he's not getting pinned.
No.
And to me, this is the frustrating part about this, is what's a loss to Brock Lesnar really going to... Why are we afraid of having Brock Lesnar being pinned? Why can't you have that one-on-one match between Brock and Braun?
Braun should win that match.
And Braun should win, and Braun should
win the title in this match, fatal 4-way match, too.
I agree with you. I think Braun should be the guy with the belt.
Because Brock's at he's at the belt in WrestleMania. You could take it off him. I understand why they want to do the fatal 4-way. The way they want to do the fatal 4-way is because they don't want Brock to be pinned.
Why are they afraid of that?
Because when you have somebody who's like Brock Lesnar beat Goldberg, right? And they don't have anybody that they think is on the level of Goldberg.
Why not give that chance to Strowman?
Yeah.
Is the whole thing just waiting for WrestleMania to give it to Roman? Is that what they're doing?
I think they're gonna have him give it to Roman at SummerSlam. I want it to be Strowman, but I think it's gonna be Roman. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, I mean, and then you could do. We'll talk about this later. Maybe that's where the entire reunion happens. There, maybe, I don't know. And Roman gets the belt. I don't like that idea at all. But that's to me, your main star right now, it isn't Roman Reigns. I mean, he's doing good. And as much as the marks are loving Samoa Joe,
Roman Reigns.
I think it's Braun. I really do. I think it's Braun. I think Braun is getting more attention.
I think it's Roman.
This is so weird because a few months ago, Kev was on the side of he needs to develop. And then Mitch was all on it. And then
no, I was on Braun, bro. I've been on the Braun bandwagon. But if we're talking about who's the biggest star, it's Reigns. It's Reigns.
I'm just saying.
Braun is there. He's getting there. People love him.
I think Braun should win the title, right?
I do think Braun should win the title. We all agree on that. But right. I think Roman is the bigger star. He's just been there longer. He's been established longer.
I just think that he's going to win the title. Roman's going to win the title. That's just my opinion. I mean, do I need him to? No.
Why?
Exactly.
Why do you? Yeah.
No. I'm asking you. Why do you think?
Why do I think he's going to? I feel like if they were going to do a fatal 4-way, you would have it set up to where Reigns versus Lesnar 1-on-1 would be at Mania. And I think that's what they would
think. I think that because they're not doing Strowman, Lesnar, unless they're just really that, like they're thinking, oh my God, we need to have Roman in this match. That's part of the reason I feel like they're doing a fatal 4-way. But I think also part of the reason is they might want to do Cena Roman at Mania. And we saw the tweets today about that. So they might do Roman Cena and Lesnar Strowman at Mania.
I think, Lesnar, it's been talked about Lesnar's probably not going to sign his contract after 34. It expires after WrestleMania 34. So to have somebody like Braun, who is coming up, like Roman doesn't need to be developed anymore. He's going to be the guy. Braun having a good victory like Braun Strowman, take the last win off of Brock Lesnar on his way out, I think would be the perfect way. Because then you got somebody that's a real star along with Roman Reigns. Just putting that out there. But I still have a feeling it's either going to be the Cena Reigns match at Mania or Cena Lesnar. Or, Lesnar versus Reigns.
I keep thinking, I know that this is outlandish, but the only people that have said that it's been speculated that The Undertaker is retired by the media, but the WWE has never said it. And they
Stop it. I don't want it.
I know, but I just keep feeling
what would Taker coming back do? Like the only way Taker comes back, if he beats Reigns. That's the only
So what if
reason.
you do Taker Reigns at Survivor Series and then you have the final match at WrestleMania?
I just don't want it.
I know you don't want it.
We saw it last year. And it was a good match. I liked it. I was there. I don't want to see it again.
I don't want to. If you're going to put up the retirement,
I'm not saying that this is what you want.
Did you? No offense, but did we all saw the same WrestleMania match, right? He put out the jacket, put out the hat. He went out like this. Then there's no more. There's no more. It's just WWE being a dick tease and we got to have Taker on the WrestleMania.
Okay, Kev, I'll say this. It's more likely that Shawn and Rock face off than Taker Roman.
I want that match, bro. Actually, that might GM mode. But in real life, that'll never happen. I don't know.
I'm saying there's a 10% chance.
10%.
Okay, but this is how I feel. Since Reigns is the top star, if I'm lining up the next 3 WrestleManias, I have to be thinking about the 3 opponents that I feel like he should be facing. Now, I do feel like Strowman and Reigns could be a Mania main event at some point. I feel that strongly about it. But if I'm looking at 3 people that he needs to face at WrestleMania, I still think he needs to face Brock, even though he already faced him. I think he still needs to face him. I think he needs to face Cena, and I think he needs to face Brock. Those are the 3 people he needs to face. If I'm Vince.
I think there's 2 of the 3 can happen. I don't know about The Rock.
Well, it just makes sense, because of the family thing.
Right.
And the Royal Rumble. And
we're all Samoans and we're all related, bro.
Well, except for Samoa Joe. He's not related to them.
Yeah, he's not part of the Samoas, apparently.
And I would just like to say this about the segment. If you turn your brain off for this segment, it's decent. It's kind of cool brawl, But if you turn your brain off, it's decent. But if you actually turn your brain on and you look at it, it's like, why are these people coming out here? I don't know. Whatever.
I also have another point to complain about this segment. So here's the GM of this who announced his new son, and he is not going to talk about his new son.
He brought it up for about 3
He did.
He could have. I don't know.
We didn't get any answers.
I thought Angle was fantastic tonight.
I liked what he was doing tonight, but he didn't really explain.
I love his cheesy ass, like.
He's my son, man. He's
like him watching the match.
He's a good actor, man. Like he just wants to be.
He hasn't been good. We said this last week. He hasn't been great.
Has not been great.
But this week I thought he was great.
And
I'll also say this. I want to give props to the 3 guys in the ring tonight. They cut a good promo. I thought they all did.
Indeed. I would agree.
They did have good passion. I do agree.
Let's get
something you could have built till the end of the night.
They blew their load again. Let's continue on, but we might just skip past stuff, Dylan, because I really don't care about some of the stuff on the show. So we could just.
We're gonna get to the comments only because it's such a big segment here, and then we'll go through a lot because we got a lot of these. Arian, quit calling me that. Let's see. Let's get to some of these comments here. WWE Boy says, I got a feeling Strowman's going to win the title at SummerSlam, so he's agreeing with you two. Sid Henry says, segment was 10 out of 10. He also asked, did y'all ever listen to wrestlers' reactions when they say this is the best roster in the history of wrestling? I know Mitch will have a comment about that. It's not. It's definitely not. Destroyer.
What did he say?
Hold on.
Remember when Sheamus said that this is the best roster they've ever
he's a fucking idiot. It's not even it's not even comparable. This isn't. I don't understand the people that say this is the best talent or this is even a talented roster. This is not a talented roster. I don't get it. I don't see it. Sorry.
There's some talent, but it's not a talent.
There is some talent, but it's not even close to being the most talented roster of all time. Not even close. It's not even in the top 5.
Well, there's 8 generations. Destroyer, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll figure that out soon. Next couple days. WWE Boy, sorry, bro. It's the jalapeno Pringles. They're just lucky. I
do feel like Kev wanted to say something about that.
Kev, what'd you want to say?
I think that part of the problem has been if you look back, I'm not saying that you're wrong, Mitch. I think to me 2000, 2001, 1999 in there was the most talented of the roster. You ask Jim Ross, he will tell you that flat out. That was the best roster they ever had. But it was also because of the way that the show was written and developed.
It's true. It's true because
there's a lot that's on development now that is not helping the stars move forward.
I was talking to somebody DM me, one of the people on the channel or the subscribers, and he was we were talking about the brand split and stuff, how SmackDown is not treated correctly, and man, the brand split, it's never worked. It's not going to work now because Vince doesn't care about SmackDown.
No.
Ever.
Have one roster and have them be on both shows. Strip away half the championships because half of them don't matter anyways. Then you could see a roster that could be competitive and good because you have both main events on both shows on one show. You have the mid-card for both shows on one show. You have the tag team division from both shows on one show, and you have the women from both shows on one show. So all the best talent from each division and each crop of talent rises to the top. You're not seeing people forced into spots because they need to fill something or we need a new feud. A lot of times now on SmackDown or Raw, the feuds are basically made up because Natalya, for example, Natalya facing Naomi because that's the only person Naomi hasn't faced yet. That's the only reason for the feud.
Well, there could be some other issues there too.
But that's just an example I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
So my thing is just go back to one roster, then you'll see a stronger roster in total. But back then they had the advantage of doing that, just one roster. But they were hardworking enough and not lazy, and they wrote 2 shows with the same brand sometimes until about 2002-ish. But I would also throw out, Ruthless Aggression Era had an amazing roster. All through then, up until
that SmackDown roster was amazing back in 2002.
SmackDown 6, baby.
80s roster is phenomenal. You could probably compare this roster to the New Generation roster.
Oh, that's garbage, don't.
And even then, they had Shawn and Brett and Diesel. I mean, at least they had some guys and Razor. So they don't have that. Nobody on this show is Sean. Nobody on this show is Brett. I know Dylan hates him, but nobody on this show is that. Nobody on this show is Razor.
Did you say Brett? If you put an S in front of Hitman, you have my exact thoughts on Bret Hart. Anyways, Katana says, I agree, Mitch, but with the Fatal 4-Way is a bigger money match. Interesting.
No, it is. No, stop. No.
It's definitely
No. That's like saying.
How is it a bigger money match?
It's not it's like saying let's have Floyd, GSP, Connor, and Pacquiao in a Fatal 4-Way. No one's gonna watch that. That's gonna be utter boring.
Actually,
it's a one-on-one match. A one-on-one match is what people want.
I want to see 4 people.
And by the way, like the whole thing with the 5-man, the triple threat, the fatal, they do too many of these anyways. Yeah. It feels repetitive, and it just feels like they do them all the time. Like they used to only rarely ever do them, and it was rare circumstances that they actually did even a triple threat match. Because a lot of people looked at the triple threat match and were like, it's harder to perform a triple threat match and actually make it good because there's less storytelling involved when you have 3 people in a match. Because one guy's out of the match for half the match because they were focused on the one-on-one story instead of the 3 or the 4 or the 5. It's harder to develop something and get people interested into it.
Mitch Haludik with the dumbest comment today. It's all scripted. Nah, shit.
Oh, it is?
What?
I didn't know. I mean,
next he's going to tell me there's no Santa.
Oh yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. He also says Brock Lesnar's a pussy. He left.
Would you tell that to his face?
Exactly. he left UFC for WWE, which is a bunch of faked acting garbage, all scripted. Well, hey, buddy, you clicked on the channel that has a lot of wrestling, so I appreciate it. Give us a view.
He might be a subscriber. Who knows?
Woo! I don't think. Well, this is the first time I've seen him comment. WWE Boy says there's only a few guys in today's roster that I would keep. True. Yeah, those are. Oh, and Katana says Reigns and Strowman will have an epic rivalry throughout the rest of their careers. Maybe. This has already been a pretty good feud so far, I would say. Let's get to the first match tonight. We have Elias Samson taking on Finn Balor in a no disqualification match.
This was probably the best match too.
I actually really enjoyed
the Finn Balor match was actually pretty good.
You know why?
Top 2, top 3. You're going to be surprised at my favorite match tonight.
Oh, Bailey versus Sasha Banks. But let me tell you this though.
It's true. I don't know. He's not doing. I think that's the one.
Yeah, it is. This match was pretty good because they had a good storyline going into it, and they promoted it a week earlier, right? I like when they promote matches to the next week because it gets people to be like, oh, if I care about the storyline, then I'll tune in next week to see the match. Not complicated television, but WWE doesn't do that often. So we saw a no disqualification match after a fantastic guitar shot last week.
Okay, let's address that though, because.
But before we address this, everybody, please pop your collar. Thank you.
And no one applaud until after my comment, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, it's a great shot. However, they should have switched the guitar.
Kevin, you are the most politically correct person I've
ever
seen.
He has a history. You don't hit him with a real guitar. That
wasn't a real guitar.
Yeah,
they would never hit someone with a real guitar.
That was a real guitar.
It was no. I mean, it wasn't the Jeff Jarrett like where you touch it and it breaks. Like it wasn't that, but it wasn't like.
No, they should have been a little bit more careful with that. Anyway,
but I will say this: it didn't look like Finn took the shot correctly
because they hit him in the head. He was supposed to hit him just in the arm, and he twitched and it hit him in the head. It was
a complete fuck up. Whoever's fault it was. Elias got his payment back tonight, I think.
Well, I'm glad they don't blame it on him. I'm just saying that. I thought this was actually a very fun match.
It wasn't his fault.
I thought it was an entertaining back and forth. It was like the crowd got into it. They were actually very high on Finn Balor tonight. That's good. These guys were getting into it, doing a couple of chair shots. They didn't really use that many. I think the chair was actually the only weapon, right? So it was kind of weird.
Yeah, but it was used a lot.
Yep.
And it added something to the match.
Yep.
There you go. That's the key. So these guys go back and forth. They have a pretty decently long match. I'd say I think besides the main event was the longest match of the night. And Finn Balor goes for the coup de grace, and all of a sudden, hello, Bray Wyatt appears. I actually really like how they did this because they did the noises, and then they turn back in, and he hits a Sister Abigail right as the lights turn back on. I thought that was cool. And Elias Samson goes over, puts his arm over, 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt helps Elias Samson pick up the victory. So I think this is, I mean, it was
kind of God. Imagine a tag team of Bray and Elias Samson.
Oh, God, yes. Get me in.
That would be hilarious.
No, bro, Bray Wyatt singing a folk tale while Elias Samson's just strumming the guitar. 5 stars.
That'd be actually brilliant.
So, yeah, this is actually cool. I mean, it was kind of predictable how it was going to happen because we've seen the Bray and Elias Samson feud for a while, or the Bray and Finn feud.
Did you think Elias would win and by a pinfall, though?
I thought if Bray was going to interfere,
I thought that was going to happen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought Bray was going to interfere and we were going to help Elias because that's good. We don't want to see Elias lose.
Yeah, so. I didn't either. Because I've been enjoying Elias a lot.
So yeah, it just seeing him win and having Bray Wyatt be the focal point, and now it's going to be a Bray versus Finn feud at SummerSlam. What do you guys think about that feud?
I just hope Finn doesn't win.
I know. Okay, what I'm gonna tell you is I hope the Demon King becomes a serious thing after SummerSlam.
No, he's not, bro. I asked him at freaking WrestleMania. He said no. He started laughing. He thought I was joking around. I said, "Where's the Demon King?" I was serious.
They probably changed their mind. I don't know. It's been a couple months.
I think they're building the way that this match would work is Bray versus the Demon King.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but
it'll always come back once. I'm just hoping it's for more than once.
And sorry, Finny fans, but when I was watching this match, I came to the conclusion that I've always really thought Finn would be a great cruiserweight. At me,
Adam. There you go, Adam.
There's a friend of mine I want to at for she'll be mad at you.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
A great cruiserweight.
Great cruiserweight. Don't add him. Angle is backstage. He's getting interviewed by Renee Young. He's talking about what a crazy week he's had, and Jason didn't want to wait to prove that he can do it on his own. Yada, yada, yada. All of a sudden, Emma comes in. Huh? Who? I don't know. That's her, apparently her name.
Hey, can I interrupt this to answer Katana's question?
Go ahead.
Oh, this is for all of us. What will Elias do at SummerSlam?
Now, see, that's interesting.
He needs to do something.
I hate to say this because he's gonna help somebody in the process. Jason Jordan. I'm just saying. I don't know who he's.
It's not a bad idea. Maybe that's not a terrible idea. Is he canon? Do we see an appearance from The Rock, or do you wait till WrestleMania for that one?
I just don't want him to get buried, fam. I'm sorry about all The Rock
No,
stuff.
The Rock would have to do a concert with him, and then at the end, he rock bottoms him. Just cause.
Okay, if they do a concert together, a back and forth concert, I don't even care about the rest of it. It'd be so entertaining. That's just my guess.
I don't think it'll be at SummerSlam. No. Where is SummerSlam?
Brooklyn,
yeah. Travels up there. So yeah, Emma comes in. Who cares? She's like, oh, I want the focal point to be on me because I started the women's revolution. She has to figure out what she has to do in order to get opportunities. And she's like, oh, I know. I'll date your son. Yeah, because
I actually like that.
I did too. I actually thought I was like, this would be an epic twist if they actually were dating. Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be wicked?
That would be an awesome storyline, though.
That would be great.
Except it won't happen.
WWE won't do it, though. They don't want the maniacal bitch character on their TV.
Well, I'm going to tell you why this is happening. Because apparently Emma last week tweeted out she wasn't getting enough opportunity, so the WWE decided to punish her this week.
Did you see the tweets today?
I did.
You did?
Oh, are you talking about the tweet that got her in this situation or the ones after?
No, the one today.
Okay, yeah, the Alexa Bliss page, all that, yeah.
Yeah, she added Paige. She said that Nia Jax, I think, was wearing her jacket. And then Paige responded, and she said, yeah, she's probably, like, I'm probably her favorite wrestler or something like that.
So spooky. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see Paige on screen again. I'm just going to put that out there.
Global Force.
Global Force Wrestling presents Paige.
Did you guys ever see this rumor? It was at Slammiversary. Somebody in the front row was wearing a mask, and apparently it was Paige because she wasn't legally obligated to wear actually be at the show because she's still under employment for WWE.
Yeah. She's wearing a hoodie in the front row. Yeah, that's actually her.
Apparently it is. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, she floats around the Jordan pass, but obviously I think that was just like a joke to throw in there. But Kurt Angle says, you know what, you can get a match tonight.
It shouldn't be a joke. It should be legit.
That should be legit. I was like, that's a great idea.
Won't happen. I wish it would.
And I'd love to see segments where she's just trying to like get with Jason Jordan.
Maybe they'll think about it. I don't know. But yeah, he says, you know what, you get a match tonight against Nia Jax. Great. Enzo versus Big Cass. First, we see Enzo talking to Big Show before the match. He's like, I gotta go do this. I gotta go wrestle him. He cuts a very short promo, not very long. He just says, I'm gonna get down to it. I'm gonna beat up Big Cass because there's only one word to describe you. SAWFT. Big Cass versus Enzo Amore. I swear they just put in the Great Balls of Fire footage and put it in for this match. Big Cass wins with another big boot. The test kick, if you will.
What was the point of this? Was this hashtag beat up Enzo time?
Apparently, Vince loves Enzo getting the shit kicked out of him, which is just great.
I feel like he's laughing in the background watching this.
He's like, oh, these stupid son of a bitch. They're talking about my product. Oh my
god. I got to give a shout out to Sid Henry here. He says, I think Samson should play the guitar and let Bray sing I'm the Eater of Worlds with this serious face. Now, my proposition would be Samson is playing the guitar and Bray is singing I got the whole world.
Yeah, it was my idea.
Okay. Sid also says, what do y'all think of Cass' full entrance tonight? I said this. It sounds like really crappy Linkin Park music. That's what I said from the start.
Rest in peace, Chester, though. R.I.P. Chester. R.I.P. Chester.
Yes.
Rest in peace. Yeah. So depressing. Yeah. So his music, Big Cass's entrance theme was terrible. And by the way, it was slow knit. Or actually, this is a good thing for them. They changed the camera angle on when Big Cass comes out to the ring because every time they do a straight shot, it makes them look like it says Big Ass instead of Big Cass. So I like that. But yeah, Cass won because reasons. And Big Show comes out to try to make the save, and Big Cass beats the shit out of him. What I liked about this, they're making Big Cass seem like a legitimate threat to Big Show. He hit a lot of those Empire elbows, which is cool. My problem is this seems like almost the exact same things we've seen in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. I think they're really stuck right now. But I like you said, I like the fact that they're pushing Cass very strong and they're not doing 50-50 booking. They're making him look very strong. And I like that.
And you know what? He's getting better each week, though. Like, I thought he was better tonight than last week. And
he still needs to lay off Carmella's baking, but he's getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not fat. I mean, we'll get
he's not fat, but he's just like, he would be so much better if he was like, I don't know. Rip the word?
Yeah,
I don't know. You know?
Yeah, no, but he's starting to get used to the character, which is great. And
he is. Yeah, we've seen that every week.
And that was the part I really appreciated. And I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot wait for Big Cass versus Braun. Whenever that happens, I'm looking forward to it. Book it.
If I ever become a heel on this channel, I'm just going to call people fat, and that's going to be my running thing. It'll be interesting. I'd actually like that feud, the Big Cass Braun feud. I think that'd be interesting. But yeah, the high hopes are there. Just kind of a boring segment tonight. Let's see here. We have an Alexa Bliss interview with Renee Young. Damn it. She's not worried about SummerSlam. because tonight we're going to see a friendship destroyed. She calls them Team Gag Reflex. They're going to explode. She thinks that she's the best, or she thinks that Sasha thinks that she's the best at everything, and she's not going to sit home and watch the SummerSlam on the WWE Network. And Bayley is going to sit at home, crying at home, eating Twinkies, all this other stuff. So decent promo, not much to talk about there. Anybody got anything to say about this Alexa Bliss promo?
This was a good promo from Alexa and made up for something later.
You know how I ranted about interviews last week?
Yes.
This was a good interview.
I enjoyed it.
Good charisma. Didn't seem like she was reading off a teleprompter. And she played in her character pretty well. And it actually meant something. It actually made me think about the story. Yeah, so I liked it.
I enjoyed it as well. Emma versus Nia Jax. Squash match to put over Nia. Nia wins. Does anybody have a comment?
What do you do with Nia at SummerSlam?
That's a good question. I think they're just gonna have her sit at home. Honestly,
Nia.
I don't think they're gonna have 2 women's matches.
They could do a pre-show match, but that's probably at the most because they're gonna have a lot of matches on the show.
Yeah, that's true.
They're probably. I mean, it's a 4-hour show, guys. SummerSlam.
Well, how many? Probably like 5 Raw, 5 SmackDown.
Yeah. And then they're not
2 or 3 pre-show matches.
So at best, they're gonna get a pre-show match, or she's gonna get a pre-show match.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I think.
Let's see here. TMB says Elias versus Aiden English in a battle of the singing jobbers.
Destroyer.
Whoa.
Yes, I won a U.S. title. Thank you.
Yeah, he gave me a WWE title. A jobber. How are you gonna call Elias a jobber, TM? All right. Let's calm down then.
Why does he think Elias is a jobber?
I don't know. That's a good question. TM, respond. Arian quotes the story of OJ by using
Who is Charlie Caruso?
I saw that. Okay, let's confront this right now. There's been so many parody accounts on this channel. All I want to know is who.
How many freaking emails you got to make all these accounts, man?
We have at least 8 different, like Mitch Cesar, Dylan Milani, although
Marky Mark's here too. Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Dylan, where'd you go? Marky Mark is in the chat. Nia versus Scott Steiner at SummerSlam.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Yeah.
You're fat.
Now I would go, you're fat.
I want Crime Time back, says WWE Boy. Me too.
It's Cesar.
It's Cesar. Oh, what? Cesar broke into the chat and Dylan is still on it? What? Dylan's face is rattled. He's rattled. Cesar's on it. Look at that.
I took off Dylan completely. I turned off his computer and he's now deleted. Okay? So I'm going to tell you this right now. Dylan doesn't deserve to be on this chat. Elias, screw off. I want Finn Balor. I want Samoa Joe. I want Shinsuke Nakamura. I want all the big gentlemen to rise above the occasion and be the best they ever have been. Because they're the best in WWE. And if anybody disagrees with that, well, then you're not a Cesar follower. So, WWE, Dylan, he can screw up. Wait a minute. Is that my boy? Is that my... Yay! It's my boy, Marky Mark! Yes! 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 Yes!
What's going on, Cesar?
Yes! What's going on, Marky Mark? Oh my goodness, did you see Finn Balor tonight?
Hey!
Hey! Hey!
Pop your collar!
Oh my goodness. That's the jam right there, I'll tell you what. Come
Vinny is the best wrestler in the world, like I've been saying every single week. Mitch says that he's a cruiserweight. Who does this guy think he is? He should be facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. 1, 2, 3, boom. Coup de grace off the top rope. No stopping it. Finn Balor.
Woo! That would be the greatest WWE Championship match since Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh my
What are you
goodness.
talking about? Daniel Bryan in 2 matches at WrestleMania 30 was the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Oh my God, you're right. Daniel Bryan, I mean, yes. I mean, he's the greatest. Yes. Cavo, where are you at? We want to know your opinions on Shinsuke and Finny.
You guys are speaking, and it's just wonderful. It's your show.
Speaking of my show, did you guys check out my SmackDown Live review last week on the Bottom Line View? The record low ratings for Bottom Line View SmackDown Live review because Marky Mark was on it. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, yay, my boy Marky Mark getting the.
I don't even care about the record low ratings because the match quality was fantastic. I talked about all the moves, all the dives over the top rope. I talked about all the great sports interviews that happened on the show, and it was just a great review. I highly suggest you check it out. Marky Mark review SmackDown Live.
Oh, I watched it 17 times in a row. It was so good, so great. I mean, I absolutely loved it.
That's only half the times I watch Kenny Omega versus Okada.
Oh my God! I want that match displayed on my funeral grave when I go out because that was the greatest matches I have ever seen. I tell you that. Oh my goodness! I'm jamming right now. I'm here with my buddy Marky Mark. We're gonna review the show with some cruiserweights, guys.
Yeah!
Yay! The cruiserweight division's the best. Akira Tozawa wants a match with Daivari. And that sucks. I mean, he's got that arm, shoulder injury. I mean, he can't do all those crazy moves, but he tries to go on and persevere, and then all of a sudden
what a tough guy. What a tough guy.
And then Neville had to come in and spoil it because he's not a fan of the Japanese wrestlers that are so much better than him. I mean, what does this guy do? He can talk. Well, I want wrestling, damn it. And then freaking Daivari, not even his better brother. I mean, I at least can agree with Dylan. He's not even the better brother. Comes out there and then attacks my boy Akira Tozawa. Ludicrous.
Why does Akira even have a manager? He doesn't need no freaking manager.
He's so good on the mic. So great, right? Just the English. He speaks the English.
Every single time Akira gets in the ring, the ratings go up.
I totally agree. I mean, it's a phenomenon in ratings that this guy, it's like 8.0 ratings when Akira Tozawa shows up on television. You know what? I'm getting told that I must leave for Dylan's present. There we go. Let's dance out with one more. Give me jammy. Woo! Yeah. What the hell just happened? My goodness.
Where did you guys go? I was like...
I just got brainwashed.
It just was like weird what happened there. Gosh.
Marky Mark, get the out of here right now. Yeah, shut the freaking door, bro. Get the fuck out of here, Marky Mark. Thank you.
Oh, I was getting a headache.
I had to get Marky Mark out of here. I don't know how he got in here. I went to go take a piss. I heard Michael Cole say it's cruiserweight time, so I just left.
I wait for you to. We'll talk about. I'm going to make a statement. Are we on cruiserweight now?
I thought we were going to skip it.
No, I want to talk a little bit about cruiserweight today.
Go ahead.
Generally, I thought Tozawa and Titus were pretty solid tonight. I don't mind Tozawa. What's wrong with your hand? Anyway, I don't mind Tozawa. The matches are fine, I guess. But I'm going to say it. It's time for the Cruiserweights to be off Monday Night Raw. They have their own show. They have their 1 hour show on Tuesdays that you can watch after SmackDown. We don't need them on again. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping the cruiserweights that they're on Raw, because even Charlie tonight, your friend Charlie tonight, Dylan, was like, let's go back. And for those who don't know, they went back last week to a segment on Raw. So they know that nobody is watching the cruiserweights on Raw. So they're like, so get them off. Get them off. Let's use the time more wisely. It's not working. It's not the ropes. They changed the ropes.
They changed those ropes, baby.
It's not the ropes.
It's definitely the ropes, bro.
It has never.
I gotta say, Kev, without the ropes, man, it just takes all the special away from it. I feel nostalgia for the purple ropes.
I bet you do. Go ask Marky Mark there. Yeah. But yeah, it's time. Get them off Monday Night Raw. They have their own Tuesday show. They shouldn't be taking more time than your main characters on the show. And even though I got a tweet, because I tweeted, why is Akira Tozawa and the Cruiserweights on more than Braun?
And you can follow Kevol at Kevol.
Kevole. And I got this tweet I'm going to respond to. She's probably not listening, but she's a friend of mine. And she says,
Finn Balor's a cruiserweight. At me. Mitch Mullaney on Twitter.
Because Braun Strowman is as boring as hell, and I'd rather watch the cruiserweights over him any day of the week. No, I'm sorry. The cruiserweights are the ones that are as boring as hell. The ratings are proving that the cruiserweights are as boring as hell. Braun Strowman and your main characters are what people are driving people to watch the show. Sorry, it's time.
Is this a real life Mark?
Yes, her name is
Should we have this person on the Bottom Line View?
Actually, wait,
we should have a female presence on the Bottom Line View.
Right, we have never had that.
Other than Charlie Caruso, who is in the comment section.
Can you reread that comment real quick? I'm just gonna do something with this.
Charlie says, "Hey, Mitch,
don't hurt her, because she will kick your ass."
Charlie says, "Take me out, Mitch." Okay, Charlie, when do you want to go out?
Okay. So I'm gonna read the comment again.
Charlie,
stop, Mitch. He's talking to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Because Braun Strowman is as boring as hell, and I'd rather watch the cruiserweights over him any day of the week. Did you just throw up?
I just spit out my chips because I couldn't believe how messed up that comment is. I'm sorry, bro.
What comment?
Because Braun Strowman is as boring as hell, and I'd rather watch the cruiserweights.
I've heard that comment. You said it.
No, I said repeat it again for me, and then I did a spit take of it because it's a joke. A joke, man. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I sincerely disagree. WWE Boy says Alexa is a fucking goddess, indeed. I don't know why Charlie Caruso was so on here so bad.
Paulie's got the best comment of the night. If you build a goofy version from the ground up, you have Marky Mark there, Michael.
Yeah, that's the Randy Orton.
Like Randy Orton. If you build a superstar from the ground up, you'd have Randy Orton.
Every single time this man wrestles, it's JBL's comment to that. TMB, Nia versus Steiner.
We talked about that.
I want Steiner back in WWE.
This is a great comment. Smart Katana says, Cesar is a pretender. Marky Mark is the GOAT.
Wait, what did he say?
Cesar is a pretender. Marky Mark is the GOAT.
I was here before Marky Mark. Fuck this shit.
He then also says Marky Mark is the best host for the Bottom Line View.
Not even close.
Christopher Simmons says, what was your reaction when Braun threw the security guard right out of the ring?
It was dope. That was awesome.
That's the beauty of Braun. He just
he has moments where you're like, holy shit, what just happened?
Marky, okay, so Mitch Cesar said Cesar. Marky Mark says Cesar, you rock. So he appreciates it.
What's our next segment?
Sure. I have to pull it up real quick.
I do want to say hey to Chase. What's going on, Chase?
Chase. Hold on. One more thing, Kevin, before we get done. Charlie Caruso asked, "Let's play F, Marry, Kill. Your three options are me, Lana, and Alexa." Man, that's like picking
all.
Next. Why is she okay? Whoever this is, why do you keep calling me you sexy vanilla? I don't understand.
It's probably Arian.
God damn it! I mean, how many accounts does this man run? Because he hasn't been in the chat in a minute. Sasha Banks runs into Bayley backstage. They talk about who's going to be the #1 contender for the women's championship. Sasha acts like a complete bitch, but it's obviously because she's supposed to be a heel, and she will be a heel come SummerSlam. I'll take Mitch's tweet from that.
Yeah,
I agree with it. Basically, it's Alexa versus Bayley, and then when the match happens, bam, Bayley's gonna get turned on by Sasha.
Yep, 100%. If you follow me on Twitter, again, at Mitch Milani, you will find out that I tweeted that was gonna happen. Sorry for the spoiler for SummerSlam, but Sasha's going to turn on Bayley, and they're going to start the feud.
There you go. Let's watch. I think this was the most clumsy segment of the night. I'm sorry to this guy because I have a lot of potential in him, but his promo was wonky. Jason Jordan is interviewed backstage. Says he's grateful for the opportunity to wrestle on Raw, and since his first match, and Angle is his father, all eyes on him. He's got to handle the pressure because he's got some butterflies. His hero's a father, basically all that stuff. I just thought his delivery was kind of harsh. Like it was.
I didn't watch this. I didn't see it.
You might want to check it out then. I thought it was a little cringy.
Well, then why should I check it out?
Because I want you to see how much cringe it was.
Okay.
I mean, not like The Room. I mean, The Room is. Oh, man, that was a very cheap plug. I need to watch that movie again. Do you have Kev? Since you probably watched the segment, do you have anything about it?
I think that they should have kept Jason Jordan off TV.
Why?
Because I think you could have gone a couple of weeks of getting this guy legit ready and understanding his character, what he's doing, his nuances. I understand that you're putting a rocket on him, but at the same time, keep him off TV because now you're putting him – tonight is cringeworthy. Next week will be cringeworthy as well. He's going to be on Miz TV. And if he's not ready for it, this entire thing is going to bomb off the start. So I just think –
You can't have this guy be introduced as such a big character and then not have him on TV the next week.
Sure you can. Sure you can.
No, you can't.
No, you could. Well, you don't need to. You could do like little profile. You can replay the Angle Jordan interview.
No, you need to have him on the show.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Let's. There have been other examples that they've done this with, like Shawn Michaels when he split with Marty Jannetty, 2 or 3 weeks away from TV, brought him back as a new and improved.
That angle also happened before Raw started, so
that's fine. But still, there's other, and I'm aging myself here a little bit, but there are ways that you can prepare us to meet the new Jason Jordan. And I don't know if tonight was the best use of how they try to bring in Jason Jordan. That's all I
thought his performance in the match was great, and I've always thought Jason Jordan was talented. I think he has a great look. I think he's a good wrestler in the ring. He has a very unique style. He's very strong. He's very powerful, which is, if you don't know what powerful is, the combination between speed and strength. He's very powerful in the ring, and it's nice to watch. But the thing is, a lot of people look at Jason Jordan and the people that are fans of him and the people that think he's going to get over with this, which I think he will eventually get over. It's going to be, I don't know if he'll get massively over, but I think he'll get over somewhat. The thing is, people forget that you build a wrestler. When you're building a wrestler, you don't start with their ring work. You start with their charisma. A star isn't made backwards. You know what I mean? Like Jason Jordan has the ring work, but he doesn't have the charisma or the talking ability. You need the talking ability and the charisma, and then the ring work comes second. It's not the other way around. I think some people forget about that. It's harder to grasp that part of it because that is more natural talent than to gain the actual wrestling ability.
X-Pac. Yeah. So that's. I mean, I thought it was.
Okay, did we see Xbox tweets?
Well, I saw it. So stupid.
Okay, what did he tweet? This guy's off his rocker, man.
Pull it up. Pull it up real quick. It was such a stupid tweet.
Okay. Okay, so somebody said to Xbox, Sean Waltman, drop the gimmick, let his ring ability do the talking. Sean Waltman then replies, people that look like Samson, oh, this is Samson. People that don't look like Samson don't need a gimmick, just a personality and some in-ring talent. And why is Samson over? Because of his gimmick. Thank you.
You think anybody would have cared about Elias Samson if he just came out there and wrestled? No, because as my grandma once said, put two people out there with no characters, they can have a 5-star match and I will not care. Boom. What were you gonna say something like that, Kevin?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing though, is I don't think he has a grasp of what he's doing in terms of a character. I struggle to understand what his character was today. I have no problem with Jason.
I think that's part of it, because I see kind of the natural charisma, but he's kind of weak with, like what you guys said, with the speaking. And I think part of that, more than anything, is that he doesn't know what his character is. He doesn't know who he's trying to be. And if they kind of give him a more firm grasp on that, I think he'll be better.
Yeah, because if he's Kurt Angle's son, I'm expecting some Kurt Angle traits, right? Like, I should be expecting something Kurt Angle-like.
Well, we did kind of see that in the ring tonight. I mean, I know that's, just putting that out.
He was very good in his match. I thought he was impressive.
In terms of, and I guess this is where we get to the problem with Kurt Angle, is because I think this character, this GM character, is not either of the previous two renditions of Kurt Angle before, when he was either the angry Kurt Angle, intense Kurt Angle that we saw in that company we don't speak of and his end days at WWE, or when he started as the Olympic hero, when he was doing all those entertainment segments. And that's like, so when I'm thinking you're Kurt Angle's son, I'm thinking you got to give me something Kurt Angle-y other than wrestling ability.
Well, and we'll have to see. It'll take time to develop. It's only been a week. So we'll see how it goes. Dean Ambrose is backstage and Seth Rollins. These guys have that didn't sound right. They're backstage and they have a little bit of a talk, a little bit of a chat. They need to get a game plan going, but Dean Ambrose isn't really in there. Rollins says we have 3 guys to worry about. Ambrose says Seth has 3 guys to worry about, but he has to worry about 4. Contending with the Seth Rollins dilemma, which I actually thought was a good line. Does anybody have anything to say about that segment?
These people were on too long?
That was the only line I cared about. I thought that was a good, well-delivered line by Ambrose. Yes, I'm going to give him a compliment. Other than that, I don't understand why this was the main event, even though I love The Miz and he's the best wrestler in the world. I don't get it.
Adam.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, me. Do it. Just bring it.
Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Kevin, go ahead and clamor about how great this match was.
I'll tell the good, and then there is bad in this. Okay, so I'm going to build. I just think Bayley and Sasha do work well together. They have a chemistry together, and I enjoyed the story around the match and around the friendship. So they actually performed really well. I did not, for the life of me, understood why you needed Alexa Bliss on commentary. She was of no use. She barely said anything. It was pointless. Booker T, I don't know what he was talking about tonight. Tonight at all, I don't even know what Booker T was talking about. But anyway, and that was really the weak point of this was Alexa Bliss's lack of commentary. She was not needed. She didn't need to sit there. You could have put her somewhere else. Could have interviewed her after. But I thought that Bayley and Sasha had a good match. I liked the end. I liked the reverse. It was a good move. You kind of saw your plan for your Sasha heel turn. And then you set up for Alexa versus Bayley, and that's your focus. So they did everything. A little pain by the numbers, but I thought Bayley and Sasha had a really good match today. I enjoyed it.
Maybe it's because I just cannot stand Bayley on any front whatsoever. But I tried, Kev. I actually started editing my Big Brother podcast right in the beginning of this match, which maybe shows you how much I cared about it. Just putting that out there.
Destroyer is starting to pick up on something.
What's he picking up on?
He asks, what the fuck is boss time?
It's Sasha Banks time. Or sorry, it's boss time. Cole, when he does that, I've never wanted to turn off the television so quickly in my life.
No, other than it's cruiserweight time.
Oh my god.
Other than that, which,
let me just tell you a story. This actually,
at me.
let me tell you a story real quick. My mom came in. My mom came home. She was out, doing her thing. Came home. This match was about to start. She heard, it's boss time. She goes, what's a boss? And I was like,
exactly.
I was
what's a boss?
I don't know.
Dylan's mom says.
There you go. Dylan's mom.
Also, I would like to say I did think this match was decent. I'm not, Kev's not the only one. I wouldn't say it was great or the best match.
No, it was decent.
I thought it was decent. And I understand what they did here. Hopefully it comes true. If it doesn't come true and they're just setting up another Bayley and Alexa match, then please don't do it. Thank you.
I don't want Bayley and Alexa Bliss, bro. It's just, we're done. Like, we've done this already. I get what they're going to do at SummerSlam, but I don't want
it. And I do want to give Alexa credit for the best thighs in the WWE.
I think she has the best eyes in the WWE.
Wait. So did you say Sasha?
Alexa.
Alexa.
Oh, Alexa.
Alexa has great thighs.
Thighs. It's not bad. Yeah, it was a good match. Like, it wasn't. I mean, obviously these two women have had great matches before, and I enjoyed it. I don't know how I feel about it. Kurt Hawkins is backstage. He complains about all he's hearing about is Jason Jordan, yada, yada, yada. Good job. So the next match was Kurt Hawkins versus Jason Jordan. I actually really like how Jason Jordan wrestled in this match. He was aggressive. He was, getting those arms in and beating the crap out of Jason Jordan, hitting those suplexes. He had his new finisher, which he basically just kind of threw him up with a swinging neck.
Should have been the Olympic Slam.
Yep.
I kind of agree with that. But I still like this match. I still liked how Jason Jordan performed in this match. I enjoyed that.
I agree. I like the anger.
The intensity got in there.
The integrity, intensity, and intelligence.
Intelligence.
So you got to bring back the 3 eyes.
Yes.
We got 3 eyes. Oh, I want all the 3 eyes. Except WWE doesn't have all 3 of those. In this next segment, I would like to say a thanks. Okay. I have never cared less about one professional wrestling segment than this segment right here. Or close to.
Wow.
Nah, it's just joking, but still, I never really cared about this. Scott Dawson comes out there. The Revival are out. Why? Because they have to talk about the Hardy Boys. They're going to get an interview, and all of a sudden they push off Charlie Caruso. And I'm like, oh, you already pissed me off once. Okay, don't piss me off again. They talk about how the WWE Universe is going to get enlightened by the Revival, and they're here. They're the future of the tag team division. They sent the New Day to SmackDown. They're making the Hardy Boys relevant. By the way, the New Day are tag team champions, and you guys are not, so that line was stupid. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come in, the club. What is Luke Gallows' legacy? That he calls people nerds. This is what the guy has been doing.
He did a lot in Japan, bro.
Oh, yeah, he's a Japanese.
They have hot Japanese wives, remember?
Legendary. You're a nerd if you like him. Carl Anderson says they're acting like they all did it first, but he and Gallows did it before anybody. They beat up the New Day first, beat up the Hardy Boys first, which isn't even true. But Gallows says they were even Baldski. Who thinks that's a good line? Like, does anybody actually think this is competent writing?
I don't even know why we're talking about this.
I don't either. Revival versus the club. I'm just saying it was such a stupid promo.
I don't have anything to say about this.
Revival versus the Revival. I almost said the Revival versus Revival. That's how much
it might as well have been.
Yeah. Revival win after they hit a Shatter Machine on Carl Anderson. But then the Hardy Boys come in. They do their attack. I actually like the only positive about this entire segment was Jeff Hardy's red shoes. I really liked his red shoes. Other than that, I just did not care about this segment. Anybody else?
They sent Charlie back to the back.
back to the bag like obviously
Negative 10.
Negative 10 out of all the stars on the planet. Kevo, anything to say?
Not really. It's building to the Revival Hardy story. And was it Sheamus and Cesaro here somewhere?
They were backstage.
Why do we have to build every feud with a match and a run-in?
Actually, this is the second week in a row where Sheamus and Cesaro haven't been out there. Last week they weren't even on the show, and this week they were back.
Who was that?
Your champion.
Oh,
they're the 10.
My bad.
So that makes a whole lot of sense. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel getting ready in the locker room. Miz comes in for a talk. I actually really enjoyed this. He says they're like family while the Shield boys are squabbling. They're like the Marine Five, and Ambrose and Rollins are like Tom Cruise and the Mummy. I mean, Tom Cruise is great, but Rollins is out of ideas.
The Mummy was bad.
I didn't watch the movie, so I'm not going to say that. Rollins is out of ideas and begging for Dean to reboot a once great franchise in the Shield. But tonight, the Miztourage will go out there and prove that there's what's it in WWE. Dope.
I thought that was great passion from the best wrestler in the world.
It was a good promo.
I actually enjoyed this. It got me more excited for. Well, no, it didn't get me more excited. It got me like at least a little bit interested in the main event match.
Which shouldn't be the main event, but anyway.
It really shouldn't have, because we had this 2-on-3 handicap match. Is the Shield going to come back? And they basically have Seth Rollins get his ass kicked. Hot tag, Dean Ambrose. They do the simultaneous suicide dive, which I thought was the only good part of the match. They had a top rope dive by Seth Rollins. They finished it off with their
really. I can't stand the suicide dive.
No, I don't like the suicide dive as a move. I
feel like I've seen it so much that it's just like.
I just like that they did it simultaneously. I don't know. That's stupid that is.
Okay.
And yeah, the match ends with Dean Ambrose picking up the win. They kind of hug it out. They're kind of cheering on each other. Seth goes for the fist. That doesn't sound right either. And Dean Ambrose does not give it back to him. And that's the end of the show. Did anybody care about this main event?
No, I barely watched it.
It's a nice build to the reunion of the Shield. And I mean, let's go back to, the only thing that I think the frustrating, first of all, can I talk about the frustrating thing about this? And I'm not saying Miz is the best wrestler in the world. That's Mitch's tagline. But yes. I don't understand why you need to put the Miztourage in through who the Miz is your Intercontinental Champion as cannon fodder for this. I feel like you could do so much more with Miz, but and he's giving you everything that he's had. Anyway, that's one problem. Which I personally am having an issue with. I mean, the only way that this possibly can go, that you put this in the main event, is if Dylan is right and you're giving the belt to Roman Reigns, do you put it as part of the Shield reunion and you make them all heels again? That's the only way that this makes any sense.
How would they be heels?
Well, Ambrose and Rollins cost everyone else the match. They interfere and Reigns wins the belt.
And they fuck up Strowman?
Yeah, they either fuck up Strowman, Joe, or Lesnar.
Okay.
I
don't think we need a Shield comeback.
I don't either.
I feel like it's the best for Dean, but it's the best.
It's the best for Dean and maybe even Rollins, but not for Reigns.
Yeah, he doesn't need this.
It's
a setback for Reigns, quite frankly.
It is.
This feud is also a setback for Rollins. Like, he could be doing something different.
I don't know about that.
But he's not. He's doing.
What is Rollins? Has Rollins been interesting to you? Maybe he has.
Well, I mean,
not to me.
If you put him in a meaningful feud, like the last two feuds he's been in were with Samoa Joe, which they fucked up the arrival of Samoa Joe, and then Bray Wyatt, which we both know had no storyline. So, I don't know.
At least we know that they'll pay attention to the Shield.
I just don't want a Shield reunion. I just don't.
I don't. To me, I'm going to go back to WrestleMania and I'll say it again. I think Triple H should have went over Seth Rollins there, because you would have had your Seth Rollins comeback story. I have to come back and I have to beat Triple H. you would have had something to motivate Seth Rollins to go forward. Right now, there's no motivation for Seth Rollins. There's nothing motivating Seth or Dean Ambrose at this point.
Oh.
As hypocritical as it's about to sound, I will agree with that statement that there is no motivation for him. I still don't think he should have lost the match. I'm just saying that.
I don't know. I could see it.
Yeah. Just opinion. Just my opinion.
Like, what has Seth Rollins done since he's beaten Triple H?
Well, that's what I'm putting out there. I don't think that this feud has done anything worthwhile for him. So I think, like, I don't know. Whoa, Destroyer, why are you putting in caps? Bitch, why do you like The Miz so much? That's a straight target to.
Because Miz is awesome.
He's the best wrestler in the company. Don't at me.
You get it? Miz is awesome. That's all I got to say.
Awesome. Let's get into the ratings for this show. I know that, well, actually, you know what? The ratings are probably going to be a 1.75. But if we're going to get into our star ratings, our Magoo ratings, Kevo, want to hear from you first. What are you giving this show out of 10?
In honor of Derrick Rose, I'm going to give this 3 out of 10. The first segment was fine. I enjoyed the Bayley-Sasha match. I just think, again, in terms of structure, it's off for some reason. I think it's doesn't make sense. I'm not interested in the Shield reunion, but WWE seems to think I should be. I'm going to say it again. The Cruiserweights do not need to be on Monday night anymore.
Never.
Again.
I've been saying that for like a year.
This thing hasn't even been alive.
Sorry, Kevin.
Well, I know, but I mean, if you're just gonna just get them off, like I've been more patient with the Cruiserweights than anybody else on this channel, I think, but it's really gotten to the point.
Your friend likes them, so
it's fine.
I guess it's somebody.
It's her and maybe, but I mean, as patient as I've been, I think it's time to move this one along. It's not working, and it's affecting other storylines. I still maintain that I don't think that this was a fine debut for Jason Jordan, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm worried about next week. You're putting him in a high-profile situation with The Miz, and I'm nervous about that for him. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. I'm skeptical, but I mean, I'm going to keep a positive eye on the storyline. And I enjoyed Big Cass. But other than that, there's a lot of repetitiveness, you're not moving a lot of stories along. I mean, I guess you moved Bray and Finn a bit, fine. But not a lot. Not a lot to keep you compelled for 3 hours.
Mitch.
I feel like we should answer this question.
This question.
Christopher Simmons asks, rumors have Randy Orton and John Cena versus Jinder and Great Khali in a tag match at SummerSlam.
I'll bow down to the gods for that to happen.
I don't understand it. It's SummerSlam. It has to be a singles main event, and it's got to be Cena.
You're not gonna put Orton and Khali in a singles match, Mitch. You can't put Khali in a singles match.
No, it's got to be Cena Jinder.
But then you put Orton versus Khali.
I don't know, but we don't need a tag. We don't need Khali in the ring. Khali is just the bodyguard guy that doesn't wrestle.
This is the reverse option of when Daivari and Great Khali were together, okay? Daivari is now the big-time star, Jinder, and now Great Khali can be on the sidelines, okay? That's how we feel. Your rating on the show, though. What is your rating?
I'll give it a 2.5. Couple decent matches tonight. Jason Jordan, I thought, performed well. The beginning of the show was, what did I give it, a 2.5?
Yeah.
Beginning of the show, okay, I'll give it a 3. The beginning of the show was fun. Charlie Caruso was not enough of her, but you know we need more, so that's like a minus right there. Like everything Kev said. Cruiserweights suck. Tag division sucks. Women sucks. At least they were moving a storyline forward, hopefully. It's just a boring show. Ambrose and Rollins, I don't care. Bray and Finn, yeah, it's there. It might be compelling, but Finn's a good cruiserweight. Yeah. And then, like, tomorrow, nobody will be talking about the show. Nothing eventful came out of the show. Nothing really to carry over to next week that was really out of this world. So, I mean, 3.
So let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Because I'm just curious what your thoughts would have been. Would you have put Jason Jordan on the Miz TV tonight?
Maybe.
Would you rather have him done that than a match?
It would have made more sense. You know what I would have done on this show? I would have had him on Miz TV and then had him do the match after.
Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense. But somebody better than Kurt Hawkins.
Build up to the fact that, he's debuting for the first time on Raw.
You could have had him fight Curtis Axel, who's a second-generation star.
Yeah, there you go.
Which would have made more sense.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
Skates.
I would have. Again, this is going back to the theory of WWE: one segment with one wrestler. Now let's Reigns on one segment, Strowman on one segment, Jordan on one segment.
Hold on 1 second. I got a phone call. Yes, I do have 30 packages of NyQuil ready to be shipped in, but I'll just go ahead and watch Raw, so cancel my order because that's all I need for NyQuil. This episode was a snooze fest. I felt like I was going to fall asleep multiple times, but the only reason I didn't is because I'm a host. Can't do that. I'm not allowed to. I wish Mitch would. But at the end of the day, this show gets a 3 out of 10. It had some good segments. It had the opening segment, which I thought was good. Big Cass was decent, but again, there was too formulaic. It was like the same thing we saw the last 2 weeks. Their divisions are just awful. Just awful. Jason Jordan in the ring was good. And the Elias Samson Finn Balor match was actually really good. But the rest of this show, I could have not cared less. And decent expectations for the show coming in with all the hyped up matches they were doing and all this stuff. And the women's match also was pretty decent. But 3 out of 10, I did not care. Plug City, right before we go off. Does anybody have any plugs?
Tomorrow on the Bottom Line View, we have a video. It's the top 5 teams that could beat the Patriots tomorrow out on the Bottom Line View.
Oh, I like that one. Kev.
Right here. See this team? They can beat the Patriots. That team cannot maybe too, actually. That team is in the offs anyway.
Yeah, they're in the offs.
Dylan.
No.
They're in the offs.
No.
We'll be seeing you in the offs.
Thank you. We'll see you
Go Cardinals.
Podcast today, podcast tomorrow. Might review Dunkirk with Mitch. There's been some controversy around this movie, which I'm surprised by. We'll talk about.
There's not enough women, bro.
That was one of the.
Yeah, that was stupid. What the? That was so. I don't even know what to say. That was so stupid. Like,
bro, I need more women.
Go to history class,
bro.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, we might
founding fathers.
do that.
Best director of this era.
Yeah, and also, I'm probably going to do a video on this, Mitch, but I'm going to encourage people to catch the Talk is Jericho podcast this week. He is talking about the legacy of the late Chris Benoit and where he fits in terms of wrestling.
I would be up for doing a video on that, Kev.
And it's interesting because if anyone can do a podcast on the legacy of Chris Benoit, it is Chris Jericho.
It is?
Yes. Yes. He has a lengthy relationship with him that goes back to the days of Calgary. So he can do this in a way that I thought he did it very tactfully. So and he's had
listen to it.
Yeah. It's one of those you'll have to listen to. So and I would like to probably maybe Thursday, Friday, we should talk about doing a review of that podcast because I think it's an important topic that I think people it's interesting where people will stand on that, because you understand one side, but the other side is, and I'll just say it, he is in one of the best main events in WrestleMania history. You can't
more than that, though. He's more than just that.
Yeah, I know. So we'll talk about that.
I'd be interested to join you guys on that one. Appreciate all the subscribers, Larry. We're 3,031 subscribers. So we just reached the plateau of 3,000 Fridays, where we're growing. We're getting there. So we appreciate all you guys supporting the channel. Check out my latest video on the channel, Top 5 Quarterbacks Destined to Have a Bounce Back Season in 2017. Kept it short, sweet, and to the point. And even one of our 3 teams' quarterbacks is on that list. So look out for that one. Also, go check my WWE The Shield channel for more Big Brother podcast with Adam. I know Mitch does not love that, but I put it out.
Adam has now done 3 videos on your
Way to go, Adam.
Actually,
doing great.
Adam is a talent.
Mitch, it's 5.
5 since his last video on my channel. Shit. 5. Oh, by the way, I got to plug City Trent, because you don't know if he's alive. If he, he did text me today. He said the top 50 NHL players will be out at the beginning of August, and he said it's the best work he's ever done in his life.
Oh, I love it, man. We have been so scared of City Trent the last couple of weeks, but we did catch up on him on the 3,000 subscriber mark. So
yeah,
appreciate it.
He is out there.
He's making a masterpiece. I love it.
Yes.
Love it. So
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
City Trent is the Christopher Nolan of the Bottom Line View.
Yes.
It's like 4 hours long. I mean, I feel for him. It's like making the greatest masterpiece all into one, which is 2 movies of The Room. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the Bottom Line View, checking us out. Like the video, comment below your thoughts on Raw this week and future storylines. Subscribe to the channel for more NFL, NHL, NBA, WWE content. And yeah, appreciate it, guys. Peace.
Peace.